We'll do it again, guys. One more time? All right. Okay. No, also. Paul Clothier has been in education and training field for 4 decades and currently works in Silicon Valley designing mobile learning content and experiences. Paul, take it away.
Paul?
My brother had a great time at school, but as you can see, I didn't. When I was age 12, I had to stand in front of a German class and pronounce the German word for pen, which is Kugelschreiber. And I had to stand in front of the group until I got it right, and I never ever got it right. And that's when my fear of speaking in public started. And after that day at school, they called me Kugel. They'd be like, "Hey Kugel, where's your Schreiber? Hey Kugi, how you doing?" So throughout my life, I've tried to overcome that fear by speaking in public as much as I can. Well, about 10 years ago, a friend of mine said, "Hey, do you want to take a stand-up comedy class in San Francisco?" And I said, "No way in hell." But he eventually persuaded me, and we did a show at the Punchline for friends and family. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. About this time, I was looking for work. And I was talking to a recruiter, and the recruiter said, "What do you do outside of work?" And I said, "Well, I took this stand-up comedy class recently." He said, "Put it on your resume." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, it'll give employers a good sense of who you are." So I thought, okay, I'll put it on my resume. Well, I eventually got a job in a small company, and the CEO came up to me one day and he said, "Hey, I noticed you've got stand-up comedy on your resume. How do you feel about doing a warm-up for our annual get-together?" And I thought, get-together, like 10, 15 people in a restaurant. I said, "Sure, yeah, that sounds good." Anyway, the get-together turned out to be 2,000 people at the Santa Clara Convention Center. And I got that Kugelschreiber feeling. This was 2,000 possibly hostile options traders that just lost money in the market. So I wasn't happy about this. So I started working on material. And as I worked on this material, the CEO wanted to review it regularly. And he would go, "No, no, not funny, not funny, not funny." And I'd say, "No, I think that's funny." And he'd say, "Hey, I write the checks around here. Trust me, it's not funny." And this went on for weeks. And I didn't like this at all. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to have one script that he will see and one script that I'm actually going to deliver. Because there's no way I'm going to bomb in front of 2,000 people. And then a week before, he told me who I was warming up for at this conference. And to my surprise, it was Martin Short. And I said, "You're joking, right?" And he said, "No, so you better be damn funny." So 2,000 people, and I'm very nervous. 2,000 people and warming up for Martin Short, and I'm feeling sick. That's like asking me to warm up for the Pope or something. So I started practicing. I practiced with friends. I practiced in the bathroom when I was brushing my teeth. Hey, ever wonder why English people are so polite? And every time I practiced, I had this image of 2,000 people not smiling. But I continued. And then it was the afternoon of the conference, and I had to do a sound check. So I went on the stage, and there were like 2,000 empty chairs and 2 sound guys. And I thought they were just going to say, "Okay, just say, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. But the sound guy said, "Okay, do your material from start to finish." Oh. And I stood there, and I grabbed the mic, and I did about 20 seconds of my set. And for some reason, some crazy reason, I was expecting them to laugh. And of course they didn't. And then I blanked. I completely blanked, and I froze. And after a while, one of the sound guys said, "Okay, I guess that'll do." And so it was fear, it was embarrassment, it was shame, it was dread. And as I walked off, I heard the sound guy say to his friend, "Holy crap, that's the warm-up." And I knew at that moment there was a 99% chance I was going to die in front of 2,000 people. But I held on to that 1%. And there were no rooms in the conference center to practice, so I decided to use the restaurants, which was good because it was private. I could go through my material, but it was also in the right place if I started feeling a little bit nauseous. Then in the evening, I was in the green room, and my heart rate was like 140. I was sweating. Martin Short walks in and says, "Hey, I hear you're warming up for me." And I was so nervous. All I could think of saying was, "Hey, you're much shorter than I expected." This was wrong on so many levels. I was saved by the stage manager. He said, "Paul, you're up next." So I walked up the stairs and into the wings, and I was looking out, and there were like hundreds of people there, and I felt like I was 12 years old walking into a large German class. And I was shaking. And then all of a sudden, and I don't know where this came from, something wonderful happened. And to this day, I have no clue what happened. But I became extremely calm, and the fear dissipated, and I thought, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. So I rushed onto the stage, picked up the mic, and the material just flowed out of me. It was like I was channeling, the god of stand-up or something. And, I was having fun, they were having fun, they were laughing, they were clapping, they were applauding. And it was like an out-of-body experience. I was watching myself perform. It was the best thing ever. So when I came off the stage, I thought, holy shit, I killed. I dodged the bullet of humiliation. And I was ecstatic. And as I walked off, the CEO was standing there, and he was not happy. The next day was very memorable. I got my photo taken with Martin Short in the morning, and in the afternoon the CEO said he wanted to see me, and I knew it wasn't for a photo op. He fired me for using my own material. But when I signed that termination letter, I had a big smile on my face, and I looked him in the eye and I said, "Kugelschreiber."